All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of Upscale Love for You. The program participants' opinions are based on the information that they consider from their own knowledge. No expressions or accuracy is related to Upscale Love for You. Good evening and welcome everybody. Welcome back to Upscale Love for You. I'm your host for the evening, the doctor with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and smooth as a Rolls Royce, coming you live from the DMV area. We have an awesome show lined up for you this evening. We've received some feedback from previous weeks. We want to make sure that we keep giving back to the people what they want. First of all, I want to thank everyone for the feedback that you've given us via text, emails, and phone calls. What is our purpose? The Upscale Love for You is formatted to entertain, educate, and facilitate self-help, self-love, and everything you wish or want to know about love, relationships, dating, marriage, etc. Upscale for You often uncovers hot topics and sensitive issues from tales of singledom to parenting struggles and everything in between. Whether you're actively seeking direction or looking for ways to pass the time or generally looking for a good conversation, Upscale Love for You is here. We're bringing together multiple minds and personalities to have an open and healthy discussion about various topics. Tantalizing talk from people from all walks of life, and no topic is off limits. Now, I am the doctor and the proctor, but I'm gonna talk about my guest co-host this week, my one, my only, the lovely, the sassy, and classy. And if you're act a fool, she will show her assy. The Chocolate Pearl. Go ahead, Chocolate Pearl.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Chocolate Pearl, the girl with the silky cocoa skin and the bright pearly whites. Here to help everybody enjoy themselves and get this talk going.
All right. Right now, Dr. Fab is usually here, but she has got something important to do, and she will jump in when she will fit in where she get in, or get in where she fit in as we get started. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on. This show tonight is Fetishes and Fantasies. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to change up the order a little bit. Usually First Cuz is on there, but he's not here today. So I'm going to give it to Chocolate Pearl so she can open it up. Please raise your hands. Let's keep the profanity at a minimum and have respectful dialogue between each and every one of us. Thank you. Go on, Chocolate Pearl, take it over.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I want to start off with a question in regards to the fantasies and the fetishes. What fantasy or fetishes is considered a limited for your partner? Anybody want to take that? You on mute, Anson. It's off limits. I should have said off limits.
Okay, I was confused.
I apologize.
Off limits. I mean, ain't nobody playing in my booty. That's not gonna happen. I don't care. Ain't no pegging, none of that going on over here. Ain't no booty.
So that's considered off limits to you?
Off limits.
Off limits. Okay. I actually would love to hear from Tracy. I was dying to hear this from Tracy.
Wait a minute. What fetish is off limits? For me,
What fetish and fantasy is off limits?
ooh, I'm kind of, well, I don't really have one that's off limits. Oh Lord, you might have to come back to me on that one. I gotta think. I'm sort of uninhibited in my ventures, if you will.
So that's a good thing. So you don't mind being into different fetishes. And so if someone approached you with a particular one that you've never heard of, and that was their fantasy to be fulfilled, you have no negative on that, do you?
Right. So to do it to them, I'll just give you an example. If a man said he liked to be peed on, right?
Oh,
Even if I don't like it. It depends how I'm into him though. I mean, some people don't give me that energy. But it depends on what level we're at. I wouldn't mind doing that for him, even though I don't like it. Just don't touch me afterwards. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like wash up. So I'm not, So I'm not really too restrictive, but yeah.
Okay. What about anybody else want to answer that question? Come on, y'all.
I'll answer that. Hey, nothing with body fluids and no kids, no aminals. There, and I'm not getting, you ain't tying me up or blindfolding me or gagging me. Not gonna happen.
Tell me why.
Everything else,
Why do you feel
I
not
don't
gagging?
know. And ain't nothing going in the chocolate chute.
that's
because I don't swing like that. But I don't even. I'm kind of skittish on the salad tossing too. I heard it was good, but I don't know.
Now the salad tossing is considered what?
Analingus.
Just in case other people. Huh?
Analingus. It's the opposite of cunnilingus.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify, make sure, because everybody might not know what you're talking about. Okay. What about you, Sarah? Do you have any fetishes and fantasies that's off limits?
I feel like anything that requires a safe word. I don't want to be in pain. Like, I'm not trying to be hurt.
What would be your safe word?
Help? Like, I don't know.
Like,
I was gonna say her safe word would be N-word.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, for those who had just came on, I posed a question. What fantasies or fetishes is considered off limits for your partner or with your partner? Come on, Ms. Millie, tell us what you got. You still on mute, Ms. Millie.
Miss Millie pleading the fifth.
But no, okay, just say that you wouldn't definitely not want a particular thing to happen if it was brought to your attention.
Happening to me or them?
Or just, if say for instance, your partner says, and I'm just gonna give something simple, I like, feet. That's a fetish. If that's off limits to you,
that's not off limits. He can touch them all he wants.
But what is considered to you?
I would think one thing would be off limit to me would be, let's see. It's anything that's gonna hurt or harm me.
Okay. Hurt or harm.
Let's just say it like that. If it's gonna hurt or harm me, it's definitely off limits.
Okay.
Miss Millie, because somebody else said the word hurt, and y'all know where I'm going with this. What do y'all mean by hurt? some pain is.
I think Sarah said that as well. Safe word type thing.
I would say sometimes I've had a case of somebody is well indulged, and I got myself. When I say no, it's no. You're not going no further. That's it. We stand right there.
Okay.
Oh, safe words.
My safe word is no. Stop.
Anybody else would like to chime in? Tracy, you still have your hand up. You still want to say something?
You know what? I do. With Dr. Feelgood, even with the stuff that you said are off limits, and for any guy as well, are you guys willing to try things if your partner's into it? So I'm just gonna the toss in the salad thing. I'm trying to be tactful. I'm trying to be tactful. I'm in HR. I'm trying to be tactful.
I know.
I'm trying. If your woman said that she wanted to do that because it pleases her, would you be willing to have your salad tossed?
There you go. Safe word. Good word.
I'm trying.
Well, I've never had any lingus performed on me, so I don't know why she wanna rim the booty. But you know, if we're, you know, because I always look at it like this: if somebody wants to do something to me that, and they get mad, guess what they're gonna say when they get mad? You like your booty ate.
Oh my God!
You like your booty ate. Like, it's a pride thing.
But that, you know what? But that's true. A lot of people have this tendency, if certain things that they do, they think they're going to be labeled. So it's that does happen. Does anybody else want to chime in?
To answer Tracy's question, I will absolutely not tolerate any booty play on me. So outside of that,
again.
I will not tolerate any booty play on me. So outside of that, I will be open to a lot of things. Almost, I'm not gonna say anything, but
is that tied to homophobia? I'm just asking. I'm sorry. Is that tied to homophobia? A lot of
no.
And then there are a lot of brothers that still. I'm sorry.
No, it's not tied to homophobia. I just know who I am, and I'm not gonna let that happen.
I told my proctologist, buy me a drink first.
You're great.
See, the thing is, y'all are not willing to try things sometime as a male, but y'all always want the females to try things.
Clap, clap, clap.
You dead gone right.
I'm going to object to that because I said one thing. I would respect the woman to say I don't want to be hit. So I respect that. I wouldn't say, oh, you're not open to being beat. Why not?
Being beat.
Exactly. That don't even sound
You
right.
say smack.
It's not considered
all different.
But it's not considered beat. It's considered spank. Now, if you're gonna beat somebody, you hitting them. But if you just spanking them, it's nice little playful hit.
I done spanked some ass before. Yes, I've done that, but I'm not gonna turn around and batter a woman. That's not gonna happen.
But so you're saying that one of those fetishes could be where somebody actually want them to beat them up?
Yeah.
And that's off limits to you?
Right. Okay. Some people like pain. I've heard of being put in painful type positions or causing pain to someone is a fetish. I'm not with that.
It is, yeah.
Yes, that's a fetish called, the person administering the pain is called a sadist. The person that gets off on receiving pain is called a masochist. That's why they say sadomasochism. And that's part of a lifestyle of this bondage, discipline, sadism, masochism. They're not the same thing, but it kind of bleed. A lot of that stuff bleeds into it, because there are people that they actually get pleasure out of pain, whether it's from spanking, whether it's from whipping. They derive pleasure from that, and that's one of the reasons why it's called a fetish. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Trucker Pearl. I'm running on I'm stealing your thunder.
Oh no problem. I like the fact that you kind of clear that up a little bit. I have another question. When do you feel is a good time to discuss your fantasy or your fetish with your partner throughout that relationship?
Not at the first coffee. You don't drink that. Yeah, I like my nipples pierced. I like to be pinched. Yeah. I want you to slap me on my testicles. Yeah. Somehow I think that will not be a good dinner conversation.
Oh God. Oh goodness.
Does anybody else want to say something?
I think
Well,
it. Go
I
ahead,
want
Dr.
to
Fab.
say something. Welcome, everyone. I still having technical difficulties here. And I just want to let you all know, I want you all to have a great time. I'm not leaving you all out to sink or swim, but I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone. Please get into it, enjoy it, and I'm going to come back to you just as soon as I can, okay? So, all right.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Fabulous. Does anybody else want to chime in? I heard somebody wanted to say
I
something.
think that as you not like Dr. Feelgood said, it should not be out in the open immediately. But once you get to know a person and know where it's leading to and what possibly can go on, I think by then the conversation should start should come up, and you should go to not everything, but you should let them know what you like and what you probably don't like, vice versa. I ain't saying all your fantasies. You can't put them all out there right there.
Yeah, can't put them all on Front Street.
Can't put them all out there because some people can't handle the truth.
Right. So you saying that it has you have to have that feeling that you trust this person enough to introduce or let them know or discuss that particular thing with them.
You got to trust them. You got to trust them that they're going to keep what you're discussing amongst yourself and know that they are a real, in a female case, you got to know that you're talking and dealing with a real man, not a boy.
Right. Okay. Anybody else? I know Anson got something to say.
Oh, you all on this subject, I got something all the time. But I would say everything that's been said, I agree with. You have to trust the person, and you have to be safe about letting people know certain things. But I think it boils down to two things. One, how much you desire that person, and how much you want your fantasy to come true. I think that once those two parameters are met, it's okay to have that conversation at the beginning. It's almost as soon as possible, because closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah, but you also have to be comfortable with a person as well.
I mean, that goes along with trust.
That too. You're right.
All right. Dr. Feelgood had his hand up first.
Hey, I like what Anson said. He really hit it home. Also, Kima, you still owe me some lamb, but that's another story.
There you go.
The thing is, though, is that every man and woman has what's called a down for whatever, but you have to have an extraordinary level of trust and comfort with that person that you're going to be intimate with. You have to be able to trust them that what y'all do together is going to stay between y'all, unless that's what you're going to bring out of it. So you have to look at it like, do I trust this person enough to know my deepest, darkest fantasies? And they have to trust you in the same manner. And it's about mutual respect. It's about mutual honor and saying, hey, oh, I like this. And sometimes, but there's really, after you get to know each other, and I don't know how long that could be, because after the first conversation, you think like you knew each other for years. I've had those situations. But after a while, when you start talking about when you're talking about intercourse or going towards intercourse, I think that's a good time to at least do the tame ones. Like, I like my toes sucked. Like, I like my nipples nibbled on. Things like that. And then then eventually, if y'all still together and doing things, then you kind of say, hey, I had a fantasy about doing this. And that way it's not a you don't come in leather and lace talking about, woo, baby, I'm ready to whip that behind. I'm ready to whip that behind. So, it's kind of a dual-edged sword, though, but it also goes back to that trust factor. You got to trust who you with, and you got to be really comfortable with that person.
Very.
So go on, Leah. I'm done.
Leah had her hand up, but then I said she put it down. So Tracy, go ahead and give us your take.
It's just very interesting to me. So if you to some people like it's labeled fetish and fantasies, but to some people it's just a part of sex. So I think another component that should be incorporated in there is really how much sex is a priority to you. So if you're a very sexual person, I've met people where we talked about sex off the jump. Number one, I wanted to know if he could match me, if you will, before I wasted my time. It just depends on how open you are about, sex and how much you're into sex and whether or not you're comfortable talking about it with that person. Because some of the what we call fetishes, like the toe sucking. I was about to say something. Guys normally as a part of sex. So if I'm talking to a guy I want to meet and say I like pain and say I do like the girthy ones. I think Miss Millie said that, the girthy ones. I'm gonna say that, like, I like pain, so all that cuddling stuff is cute, but right. So I'm gonna be open with that person so that they know what some of my desires are from the jump. That's just me.
They said you was the gangster, Tracy. They said,
look, that's why I wanted to hear from her.
All right.
Right off.
No cut card. The whole idea of beating around the bush is just not in my DNA. Like I value my time, and if we could just get straight to the point, let's just do that. Okay. Anyway,
Right.
Instead of beating around the bush, you should a guy should spend his time beating that bush.
Unless there's no bush. See how that didn't work? Unless there's no bush.
Exactly.
I like everything that I'm hearing right now.
Leah, you had came back on and you had your hand raised before. So go ahead and say what you need to let us know.
Like this is you come up strong telling the person what you want. You got to be comfortable with them. If you don't, because you got to go day by day, live your life, because tomorrow's not promised. You ask for what you want, and you tell them what you want.
Right.
But I don't say on the first date. You got to get comfortable with the person, because both of y'all gonna tell, and you got to talk. It's all about talking, communication.
Yep.
Very good. That's important. Communication is very important. I say that a lot on all of our shows. Is communication is very important. If you don't have it, you don't have a relationship. You can't just assume. And like Anson said, closed mouth won't get fed. So if you did have some fetishes, you cannot let people not know, because especially if they don't like it. So you want to let them know what's going on in your head. I didn't mean to go to ramble on. I seen somebody else had their hand up. Miss Millie, come on.
I was just
give us your wisdom.
No, I was gonna piggyback off of Tracy, where she was saying that sometimes women, a lot of people won't admit it, but sometimes you like pain. But when you say you like pain, it's a certain level of pain. They call it a feel-good pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you have to know when to say no, as I said before, but it's a certain level. You want that. I call it beating my back, break my back.
Right.
I mean, he's breaking my back, so he's doing his job, but he know his limit.
Ooh.
Well, let's hear a little bit from a couple of guys besides. Well, I got one more guy on there. Come on, Malik, tell me something.
Hey, what's going
on? When do you feel is the best time to tell your partner about your fetishes and fantasies?
In the beginning.
That's right.
Like beginning day one, or in the beginning?
Well, not so much day one. I think it's more or less like when y'all start getting comfortable opening up about that kind of topic. And I don't want no surprises, and I don't want her to, I don't want to give her no surprises. Y'all know what I like. There ain't no secret about it. And and I know everybody don't, but some will. It's not so much a deal breaker, meaning if a lady don't suck my toes, I'm like, kick her to the curb. No, I look at other potentials that she's got, because I know the object of the game is to make them say yes when they say no. So eventually, if she get into me, she gonna do it. It's just like some things that I might not like or not into that she does. She likes. guess what? If I'm into her, I'm going to do it eventually because I'm into her. And my goal is, like Anson always say, is to please that woman. And when I please her, I learned something years ago. When you give your best, chocolate pearl, they'll give their best. I learned that. When you give your best, they'll give their best. I learned that.
That's right. You're right. You're right. It takes two to tango.
Correct.
You know, it's I don't consider it a 50-50. I consider it 100-100. So you give your all, they need to give their all.
They'll do it. They'll do it.
Right.
I promise you.
Right.
They'll do it.
Anyone else want to chime in?
Well, I'm
gonna say my part. I agree with a lot of y'all. What y'all say is, to me, I would not discuss that on the first day. Of course, I would wait until I could see that the relationship is progressing. And once the relationship progress in my eyes to where I know I can possibly trust, just like Tracy and Dr. Feelgood and Miss Millie has stated, is when I know that I can trust that person 100%. And if I love them enough to say, okay, I can do the wildest things with you after we discussed it. So if you figure that your fantasy is to suck my toes, I'm gonna stick the whole foot in your mouth, you know. But you know, but it's just still the fact that, you know, you have to trust. That is the big thing. And the communication between you and that person throughout your relationship as it builds, because you can't do this on a one-night stand. You can't do this on a weekender. You have to do this with someone that you trust enough that you can lay your life down for that person, type thing. Because this is something that is sacred. Even though it's your fantasy and even though it's your fetish, it's still sacred because you don't tell everybody. You don't go next door and say, oh, I got a fantasy to lick your butt.
Ugh.
You don't go and tell your neighbors. You don't tell anybody that walks up, but you're going to tell that to a person who you are dealing with for long terms. And hopefully, if it's not your husband, it'll be somebody that seems to be going to be your husband or your lifelong partner. It shouldn't be done with everybody. So for you to just say that I could just tell you on the first day, I don't want to know your fetishes on your first day. I want to know you first.
Right.
I don't want to know your fetishes on the first week. I want to know you first, because the first few months of you having a relationship, you know that it's going to get deeper. But if you say that you're going to deal with somebody in the beginning and say, okay, I'm a do whatever you want me to because I like you, but you might not like me, but because I want you to like me, I'm going to do what you want. It shouldn't work that way. You should have trust in that person enough to know that y'all can learn his fantasies and he can learn yours.
Correct.
And y'all can continue to do it together.
But I have a question.
Yes.
On contrary to what you just said, what if the other person's fantasy is normality to you? What if the person that you're dealing with, their fantasy is just normal to you?
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say I feel like it depends on like how like kinky it is. You know what I mean? Like if it's something like you said, licking your butt, like some people think that's base level stuff. You know what I mean? Like some people don't think that's all that. So, you know, that could be a starter. But if you're getting like way more like when you want to tie somebody up and chain them and blindfold them and spank them, then yeah, we getting a little bit more, you know, intense. But like he said, like maybe your kink isn't that kinky and it could be something that you discuss, you know, in the first week of meeting or whatever.
But that's the thing, that's something that should be discussed. But how do you feel when that should be discussed? Because like y'all say, licking somebody's butt or sucking somebody's toes might be just foreplay for you, just normal foreplay.
And you gotta realize that some people are just vanilla. They just, you know, if it's anything outside of missionary is
freaky.
Yes, approved.
So we all have a base level of what we consider normal, but you know, you got to look at it, and it's all based on your experience and what you want to try. If you're looking at it as, hey, you know, what I consider normal is you done did oral, missionary, a couple of different positions. That's to me, that's vanilla. Now, somebody might say, well, that's like, you must be a priest or a nun or something. And And some people might look at it like, you know, oral, but you know, it's we're all grown, so we kind of know what vanilla is, and knowing that some things just ain't gonna be what we consider vanilla. That's all I got on that.
Well, I'm chocolate, so ain't nothing vanilla about me. Hey, okay. One more question and I'm gonna pass this on. Whose responsibility should it be to fulfill your fantasies or live out your fetishes? Is it yours, or is it the partner that you want to live out those fantasies or fetishes with? Y'all understood the question? Answer, come on, baby.
You know I did. I was just trying not to be overzealous here. But
Okay.
I said weeks ago that my favorite conversation or my favorite thing to talk about is sex. So this topic is right up my alley. And I think it's depends on the fetish itself, whose responsibility it should be. So that's all the more reason why I said it should be discussed very soon between two people. Because I've had two occasions where women tried to eat my booty and it didn't go down. It did not go down.
Did they put peanut butter or jelly down there?
Nah. One of them tried to put her hand behind my knee and try to push my knee up to my head. And I said, what the hell are you doing?
So you knew that was the time they were going towards.
I didn't know what she was doing. I was just trying to see what the hell she was doing, because I done had some women do some strange things that
or
was
piece of change.
That was
so
pleasurable.
That's something that was not discussed with you in the beginning.
Oh, hell no. No, it wasn't. But she said to me, oh, you trust me, don't you? I said, yeah, I trust you not to do nothing stupid. And she didn't.
Okay.
She just continued to do what she was doing. And the other one that tried, she was doing her thing. And then she was, she started to go a little lower. And I just tightened up. I ain't say nothing. I just tightened up like, nope, you ain't going there. What you doing? What you doing? I'm just laying here, but what are you doing? I was almost there. I was always there. I said, no, the hell you wasn't. And she got mad. She threw my stuff to the side and grabbed the condom and threw it at my chest. So it depends on what the fantasy or fetish is, whose responsibility it is, because their fetish might have been to eat my booty, but if they would have discussed that with me, they would know that that's not going to happen. And it was, I guess, my responsibility to let them do that. So I wasn't going to let them do that.
Okay, Malik, you wanted to say something before answering this full. And then I'll come to you, Tracy.
Okay.
In reference to what?
Okay, so you must have, it was a reference to whose responsibility you feel is to live out the fantasy.
Oh yeah, no problem, Chocolate Pearl. I think the responsibility to live it out. If y'all a couple, go back to what I just said. I'm saying, go back to what I said earlier. If it's gonna be her responsibility, because if she's into me and we're exclusive, that means she's her main thing. I think Dr. Phil could follow me on this one, is to keep a smile on my face. And my responsibility is to keep a smile on her face. So if we're doing that and we're in sync, and that's what we're doing, if it's toe sucking or whatever it is, then that's gonna be her responsibility. If she likes some things, I heard y'all say earlier, tying up, choking, or spanking, or pulling out the paddle, whatever she wants, it's my responsibility if she's my queen to make that happen. You know what I mean? So if I ain't into that, she can teach me to become better at whatever I'm kind of green at, if you want to call it green, or if I'm already up to speed, then I can just follow suit, you know, like a star player. I can go right on into the motion or whatever she wants. That's my opinion on it.
Okay. Come on, Tracy, tell me what you got.
I think it's both of our responsibility, right? So if I was in a relationship and I said to my mate, hey, my fantasy is to have 5 guys, right? So he would have to get the details from me. I would probably have to help him arrange something. And then he would, of course, have to be whatever position he's going to play in, you know, getting these additional men. So I think it's a combination of both people fulfilling.
Tracy, if you wanted 5 guys, why don't you just call?
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Because I know Anson and Dr. Feelgood and Malik wouldn't mind being part of that class. Just have to ask. You can DM them later. Anybody else want to touch on this question?
Tracy has her hand up.
She already spoke.
My apologies.
That's okay. How about you, Dr. Fabulous? Can you chime in, or are you still a little occupied?
I'm still occupied.
All right. Well, I have no other questions. Okay, I do have one, since Dr. Feelgood is occupied. I mean, Dr. Fabulous is occupied. What is the craziest fetish or fantasy you have ever been approached?
Oof.
I'm gonna wait for Anson, because I know Anson's thinking. I can see the smoke coming out of his head right now.
I'm thinking.
Question again.
What is the craziest fantasy or fetish that you ever heard of, or someone ever asked you?
The craziest one
that someone spoke to you about it.
The craziest one that somebody had didn't have enough sense to ask me, would I allow him to have me and him, and he bring in 2 other women with us, 2 other women, and he was gonna be the one in total control of the whole situation. I'm like, you got the wrong person, wrong time, wrong place. That's not me.
That's not.
But I'm like, do you realize who you're talking to? Have you heard anything that I've been saying to you? We didn't talk about none of this, so you shouldn't come to me like that. But he did, and he was really serious about it.
Oh, cool.
But,
Malik, you don't have anything?
Yes, ma'am. I was asked for a girl. She asked me to let her put a scrap on her arm, and I thought that was utterly ridiculous. You know,
I've done that though.
Oh no!
What?
Oh,
with who?
It wasn't my turn. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You pegged somebody?
Okay.
I asked for them if I could put one on.
Right. So you're familiar with what I'm saying, and like I said, it didn't go down like
Just
that.
to see if they was gonna try it. That's all.
Oh, okay. It was a gimmick. Okay. Well, that's
look
what
your Dr. Feelgood.
That's your brother.
He's gonna have to question his sister there. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay. There's some things I don't even know. Okay.
And we tell each other everything.
Everything. Well, that's what I was approached with, and I disagreed with it. I didn't go down like that because I don't want to get down like that.
You felt that was the craziest thing. All right, Dr. Feelgood.
Sure.
Go ahead, Dr. Feelgood. I want to hear this one.
Yeah. You had anything to say? No?
Look, what can I say? You pegged somebody. I'm like,
I didn't. I said I asked if I could. And the only reason why I did that is because of men have this tendency of always wanting to do things to women, but they never want anything done to them. And so they think that pain and awkwardness and, you know, bending me up all kinds of crazy, they think that that's cool and they think we actually like it, but it turns them on, but it doesn't necessarily turn us on. So I want to do something that I know that's uncomfortable for you, and would you do it? Because you want to do stuff to me that's uncomfortable for me, but you don't have no problem when you catch an attitude with it. And then, you know what I mean? So I want to see if, like, for instance, Anson said he don't want his butt licked. What if I wanted to lick your butt?
Oh,
Do you have a problem with it? You know what I'm saying? Or what if I wanted to put a strap on, and because everybody always want a woman to do anal? Well, how about y'all do anal for the ones who are not into that? Because a lot of women are not into anal. So I want to know, am I right? So I want to know, do y'all want to know how that feels doing anal? Let me try it on you and see if you like it. Because if you like it, then guess what? We can do it together.
Oh no! Contrary to what you just said, there is a lot of women that like anal. I found that out.
I'm not saying there isn't, but I'm just saying y'all assume.
It's about the name people.
Yeah, I got a list.
What, Tracy?
I got a list.
Anson's about the name people. Don't even look like
you. Okay.
Don't you name people, Anson.
Don't you name nobody.
Keep that in the room.
I ain't gonna name nobody.
I got asked. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I got asked, and this is just weird to me. And if the brothers on here say this ain't weird, I'm gonna be looking at y'all different. But bite on him, like bite on it, like bite on it, like.
Oh no!
Like if they want to do that to a nipple, do it to their penis.
Do they right? No, but like munch, like bite with teeth. Like that was weird.
You can nibble on my nipples, but the package.
He wanted to bite his.
No.
Bite. Yeah.
No.
I won't bite on your lady package. You don't bite on my man package.
No.
I was just like,
there might be some guys who like to bite on a woman's package and then don't, and that woman don't like that, and they assume that.
And don't ask, and don't let it be known.
And don't ask if they into that, because I personally don't want you to bite on my package. You can lick it all day, but I don't want you to bite it. Okay, keep your teeth in your mouth.
I take them bomb pops and have fun. I take them bomb pops and have fun down there. Oh, good.
You go them bomb pops.
Oh my God.
Anson, come back. Y'all, you went to your happy place. Come back, Anson.
With them bomb pops.
Y'all just don't know the magic of bomb pops. Oh my God. It'll change your life.
They all let in a cup of tea.
Okay.
Hey, don't need no tea, no teeth. Just bomb pops and tongue. That's all you need.
Okay. Anybody else have a fantasy or fetish that was the craziest thing that someone ever approached you with? Come on, I know somebody else got it. What about you, Nikki?
No comment. No,
I'm not saying you actually did it. I just want to know if you thought it was crazy that someone mentioned that to you.
Well, one time I had a guy I was seeing. He wanted to just cover me in fruit juice, like fruit cocktail or pineapple juice, and just lick from head to toe.
Wow. That's gonna take a lot of fruit cocktails.
Okay.
He thought you was a juicy juice.
Yeah.
You should have told him you had enough juice to produce, so you ain't need no more.
Okay. Amen.
But yeah, that was the weirdest thing that happened to me.
Anson, I know you have a lot to tell us, but I want to hear from somebody else before I come to you. So Bridget, can you chime in and let us know something? What's the craziest thing?
I feel like I don't even have crazy, or at least
but what
lately.
do you consider crazy for you?
I'm kind of down for anything, right? I'm just like some of the other ladies mentioned, the pain thing is just not my thing. And this is not crazy by any means, but I've had somebody request that I wear these panties that has a vibrator in it that he can control.
Oh, that's the butterfly. I know what you're
The
talking
butterfly.
about.
No
Right,
way.
the
I had that
butterfly.
done.
Okay, so now I'm gonna say no because of the reaction that you guys have because I considered it, but
I had it done, baby.
No,
Girl,
that's
I had
fine.
it done,
Try
and
that.
baby, he had a lot of
Try
fun.
that.
Honey.
Try
I would
that.
love to do that. I would love to do that. Oh my
Look,
God.
okay, so
Oh.
I
Bridget,
might
you would
have
be
to
like
pick.
this, Bridget.
Oh, okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, but I'm gonna
Just
have
out
to
of the
pick
nowhere. I
location.
think it's actually fun. It's to me, it's considered foreplay. Don't be against it if you ever decide you want to try it. Don't be against it because
I'm not
I think
against
it's
it.
fun.
Be at home. Do not be in the
Yeah,
grocery
don't
store
be
or
in the-
anywhere else.
Yeah.
They
Be at
want you to
home.
be in the street when they do it, though. They want you to be in the street when they do it.
Exactly. That's the
But
problem.
don't be in the street.
He
Make
wants-
dinner or be
Sorry
around the
about
house
it.
watching TV
I'm
or something.
sorry.
That'd be fun. But don't be in the street with that. Okay?
Everybody looking at you, wondering why you jumping.
Yeah, so that's the problem. He wants to choose the spot.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm
Well,
considering
if now that's one thing when you do that, when you if you do something like that, make sure you're in a comfortable position or a comfortable spot, or you let them know
setting.
you have your okay, we can do this, but
yeah.
you know, this, that, and the other. So make sure when you do that, if you do decide to do it, make sure that you're comfortable where you at doing it.
100%.
I say do it because it was fun.
Yeah, I'm telling
Yes.
you. It's telling you.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah,
it's Thursday, so
I knew when you said that, I said, oh, that's the butterfly.
Yeah.
may not be as interesting in what you all have else going on, but that's just the latest thing. So
That's a good one, girl.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
We'll see.
Okay, so Anson, I guess nobody else want to respond. I was
Farrah
told
has
not
a
to
hand
call
up.
on certain. Oh, Farrah got a hammer. Farrah, talk to me, sweetie.
Okay, I don't know, but me myself, I'm a voyeur. I like to watch.
Oh.
Okay.
I love seeing a lot.
Okay.
And I don't know what everybody else is. About food. Playing with food is fun. It's messy, but it's fun.
Yes.
Certain foods.
The right temperature food. Not too hot, not too cold. You know, that's what. But other than that, I'm into a lot of different things. But in my own way.
What's the craziest thing that someone approached you with?
I had my armpits licked.
Oh my God. That's
okay.
strange.
That is strange.
Hopefully you didn't have deodorant on.
No, listen, and that was really because I'm like alkaline and all of like you gonna have all of that. But yeah, no, I was freshly shaved and washed, and
But did you know that they were going to do that, or did they discuss that with you?
Because
we talked about that a little bit earlier. Did they discuss that with you?
They asked the question. I was like, okay, I'll try it.
Did you like it?
No, because I don't like being tickled. So I don't like being tickled. That's another thing. You will not be tickling me. That's the thing. I've been tickled like literally on my sides during the whole. No, don't do that. Don't. That's not a thing that you should do. It's not. No.
It's a good thing when nobody can't find your ticklish spot when you only have one.
Yeah, but when your whole body is
you got to
ticklish,
really know me to find my ticklish spot.
Yeah.
Try all day long. If you don't know me, you're not gonna find that spot.
Yeah, that's true. And you do have to know your mate who that you're actually fulfilling these crazy or strange fetishes.
Do a little strange change.
Yeah, little strange for a little change. Yeah. Okay, Anson, I know you've been answering to tell us.
Well, I haven't been approached with anything crazy because what I was approached with, I did later on with some other people. So,
but so was it crazy to you in the beginning, or when you first was approached with it, and then you later on thought about it and did it with someone else, or was it still crazy when you did it?
well, it wasn't still crazy because when the proposition was, it was a lady I was dealing with. She wanted to have sex with another lady, but she didn't want to know the lady that she was having sex with. So she wanted to have a threesome with me, her, and another woman, but she wanted me to find a woman. So that was crazy simply because she put it on me. I was like, well, how am I supposed to find someone for us to have a threesome with that you don't know?
Nowadays, you can find that on the corner, honey, because everybody wants to do a threesome nowadays. I was told.
At the
So
time,
you know,
this was back in like the years in the early 2000s. So I didn't, that was odd to me. But years later, I wound up having a threesome with two women. And
that you didn't know.
I knew one of them because one of them I was messing with before. The other one I didn't know. It's a real crazy scenario, but it wound up happening. And this was a woman I was already dealing with, and then another woman joined in.
Did you like it?
Dropping. Oh yes, it was fun. It was very
Hey,
fun.
when I use both hands, I'm having a threesome.
Really?
This dude.
Really?
I related to him, y'all. I related to him.
And you claiming?
Yeah, I got to. My mama said so.
But later on down the line, it didn't seem crazy to me, So I was approached with something I thought was crazy at the time, but years later, I did it, and hell, I'll do it again. I mean, I ain't got nobody. I'm not claiming nobody right now, so yeah, I'll do it again.
That part.
So
well, for me, mine's is I've been approached with a lot of crazy stuff. And I'm so technical about things. I kind of throw something back at them, and so they were like, "Okay, forget it. You don't have to do that no more." But I'm not into other women. I got to make sure I don't come out and say, because I'm gonna speak my mind. But I'm not into women. So the craziest thing to me is a threesome with another woman. I'm not into. Now I'll try two men, but I'm not gonna try another woman. That's just not me. It's not a turn on for me. And for someone to sit there and I don't think I want another woman touching me. That's just my personal opinion. So I thought that was, to me, was disgusting. I just don't want another woman touching me at all. You can look at me and admire me from afar. That's fine. I don't care, but I don't want to have any sexual contact with you at all. So that's the craziest thing. So I have been approached with that multiple times from multiple people, but no, I don't do that. But I don't do fetishes and fantasies with somebody I just met. I just don't do that.
Well, see,
I feel
like
that.
you said, how am I supposed to find somebody that's gonna be suitable for that situation when a lot of women have your mentality?
Right. Exactly.
Like,
yes. Exactly. You're right. Yeah, so I agree with you on that. I said that joke because nowadays everybody's into threesomes, whether it's two men, whether it's two women. I see more women involved into other women than I see with the two dudes type thing. So because like I said, I've been to a swingers party and everything, and you see all kinds of stuff. I seen two women on, a man and a woman on a man, on a woman, vice versa, so you see a lot of that stuff. And I personally, it didn't necessarily turn me on. It actually did not turn me on. I just wasn't into it, but it was a bucket list and I wanted to go. It was held for my birthday. I had a good time. I didn't do anything. Everybody was mad because they wanted me, and I don't deal with people I don't know. If I don't know you, I'm not going to deal with you. But that's just personal. Right. That's me.
That's right.
But I have a question. A question related to the last question that was asked. Would you all consider the mate of someone that's your friend inviting you to the bedroom as a crazy fetish?
Wait, say it again.
Not gonna do that one.
If you're a friend, you have a friend, right? Your homegirl, her mate, a man, tells you that he wants to have sex with you whenever you're ready, right in front of him, would that be considered a fetish?
No, that's breaking the girl code. No.
Okay, because I was approached with that. I was gonna say that might have been the crazy fetish, but
to me,
that's
and
breaking the
anybody
girl
else,
code.
to me, and anybody else can chime in. To me, that is it could be a fetish for that person that he desires his mate's friend, or she desire, her mate's friend. I think that kind of is different. Different things that you do, it kind of throws it off a little bit because it'll get you in some trouble later on.
Yeah, because that person is gonna want to go back in, especially if it was
Exactly.
good, they're gonna want to go back again. And then you and your friend is gonna have problems down the road because and you're in the
He's
same room, they're gonna
desiring
think
her,
you're looking
right.
cross-eyed at their man. So I wouldn't
Right.
even attempt to deal with my friend's man, and I wouldn't let him attempt to deal with me because it breaks the woman code. Just like men have men code,
Women
decent
have
women have
codes.
women codes also.
That's right. That's right.
I've actually had a situation like that.
Okay.
Where
We don't hear
one
from
of
you that often. Go ahead, Shakima.
well, yeah, I had a situation where a friend of mine, she's such a good friend. She's like my sister. Her and her man asked me to come into their bedroom, and I told her I'm sorry, I couldn't do that.
oh boy.
Wow.
I told her I couldn't do that just on the strength of she's my sister, and I understood why she was asking me and how she was asking me, but at the same time, you're my sister, I can't do that.
Right.
And
Right.
I've known your baby father for how long? Like we were all good, we're all good friends.
Yes.
Nah, I can't do that.
Did that stop you from communicating with them afterwards?
Oh nah, me and my sister, we good.
Okay.
We good. I mean, she's not with her baby father anymore, but we're good. I mean, she asked and we never really spoke on it again. Like it was just that one time and I thought it was a joke. I was like, "Are you serious, girl? Get out of here!" Like, but she was that serious at the time.
Okay.
And I
Now
told
I
her,
get this one a lot since I dyed my hair blonde. I get a lot of people always just assuming that I'm ready to head, especially females. They look at me and they do approach me. And I'm like, no, it's just my hair is blonde.